Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of learning. Let's learn together. I'm sure everybody might have heard that to become successful, you have to observe successful people, learn from them, and implement the best practices they follow. But most of us do not know what are the qualities we have to look into those successful people. In this session, I'll show you 10 important qualities successful people follow or practice which needs to be implemented by you. Let's jump to the PC and see what are those 10 qualities. Welcome back. Let us understand the 10 habits for success. These are the 10 C's of success. These have been observed from successful people. The first principle is clarity, which means clarity of thinking. Clarity means thinking clearly, and it extends from thinking clearly to a series of other things concerning clarity. It means the ability to determine exactly what it is you want to be, have, or do in life. And the more we study successful men and women, the more we find that every single one of them, the top 5%, is very clear about what they are doing and what they want to accomplish. When we look at some successful man and woman who seems to be unhappy and floundering, we find that almost invariably they have a very limited sense of direction. Sometimes no directions at all. As they say, if you don't know where you are going, if you don't have clear specific goals for your life, you will be forever working with the people who have clarity of thinking. And yet, only 5% of people know that the key starting point for clarity is to know where we are going and what we want to be and what we want to have and what we want to do. The second key in clarity is decisiveness. Be decisive. I have never met a successful person who is indecisive, and I have never met a failure who is decisive. Be decisive. Develop the characteristics in quality of decisiveness. We know that the reason why we are indecisive is that we are afraid of making mistakes. The terrible thing is that the way we think become a habit, and the habit of indecisiveness can push us to failure. We can be counted as intelligent and ambitious, but we cannot make the hard decisions in our life. And if we cannot make decisions readily, what happens is always we work for the people who make quick decisions. Now the interesting thing about decision is about 80% of decisions. 80% of the decisions should be made the first time they come up. If you make decisions every single time that comes up, sooner or later you will develop the habit of decisiveness. It will be very clear about what it is you want, and it's easy to make decisions if you know what it is you want to accomplish. And the difference between successes and failure: successful people make the right decision. It is the successful people who make the right decisions, are right. The third point under clarity is to have a vision for yourself and visions for your life. The key to having a vision is to have a dream. They say in the song, you have got to have a dream if you want to make a dream come true and you can fulfill your dreams. All the great movers and shakers of history have been dreamers. They have been people with dreams. They have been people with visions. All leaders have a visions. In the book of Solomon, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. And the metaphysical meaning of that is, where people lack vision, they perish inside because they lose the excitement and the thrill of life. The best way to predict the future is to create, which means having a vision. Even though the vision is in the air or the sky, then build a foundations under your dreams. And when you see men and women who rise from poverty and obscurity to fame and are known, you invariably see someone who had a vision of what they could be, an ebb that was far beyond what they were. Every one of us had an experience at one time. When we were small, we had a vision of growing up and having our cars. And as we grow older, we had a vision of having our own homes with our own families. The problem is that our goals are set so low that even when we do achieve them, they don't turn us on. They don't fill us with enthusiasm. So dream big dreams. The second C, that is competence. Every single man or woman who had achieved any kind of success in any field whatsoever have developed and learned certain skills after they had committed to becoming excellent in their field. There is no single successful person who was or not an excellent as what they do. Competence is commitment to becoming excellent in your own chosen field. It is an indispensable prerequisite for success. That if you are not good at what you do and you haven't got a chance in your competitive society, unless you win the lottery and only the top 5 or 10% are excellent. You must commit yourself to excellence. You must commit yourself to become the best. And the wonderful thing is that excellence is a journey and not a destination. You never get there. You continuously follow your destination. Complacency and satisfaction are the key enemies of excellence. But once you commit yourself to becoming excellent, the whole world opens up for you. A very important point of excellence means simply this: do your best every time and always strive to do better. Excellence offers excellent yields and opportunities because when you become good, you open up. It's almost like the Red Sea of opportunity opens in the front of you. When you become excellent, you come to the attention of people and people try to get you and give you more responsibilities and opportunities. You see, when we do something well, it gives us a feeling of self-esteem and pride. We feel like a winner. The companies that have committed to excellence are not hundreds of percent better in any given area, but they are 1 or 2% better in 100 different areas. That's the key. The important point here is you don't have to be a quantum leap different from somebody else. You just must be a little tiny bit different in the critical areas. To make a difference, you can achieve that simply by making it a goal, setting it as a goal and working on it. Yes, you can become anything that you want to become. The harder you work, the better you get. The average self-made millionaires work 12 to 13 hours a day and work about 60 to 65 hours a week. I'll tell you this about hard work in our society. Only work 8 hours a day for survival. Everything 8 hours is for success. And if you only work 8 hours a day, you better have a rich uncle or you better have somebody else who is working to take care of you. Because 8 hours a day only gets you survival in our society. Because it is a competitive that somebody else is working 9 or 10 hours. Every hour over 8 that you invest is an investment in your future, an investment in your success. And if you put in the hours over 8, whether it's studying or reading or working, if you put in the hours, it will pay off. Then it will pay off in a space like throwing seed in the ground. When you throw a seed on the ground, the plant that comes up is not just one seed. It's hundreds of seeds there. The crop you put in, but you must put the seed in the ground first. The third C stands for concentration. The ability to focus and concentrate are the two keys to success in life. There is never enough time to do everything, but there is always enough time to do the important things. Instead of doing what is fun and easy, which is most people know they do, they make a list of everything they must do. Then they start from the bottom of the list and they work on irrelevant things, and at the end of the day haven't got anything done. Successful people, peak performers concentrate on the top items, and remember, anything other than working on the top items on your list is a waste of time. And time management is not just time management is life management. You can do anything you want with your life if you manage your time properly. We all have 24 hours a day, and the ability to concentrate to discipline ourselves. Concentrating on one thing at a time is a quality of all success. Nothing great has been accomplished without the ability to concentrate single-mindedly on one thing at a time. Develop sense of urgency. A sense of urgency is the quality that is possessed by you. Only 2% of the population do things fast, and 2% of the population have a bias for action. In Tom Peters' wonderful book, In Search of Excellence, he says all excellent companies have a bias for action, and all the companies that do not classify or not come into the excellence category do things when they get around it. You call them up and you have a problem or a complaint. Hear from them. There are 3 or 4 weeks later, but the excellent companies who you call up with the problem or the complaint thing, there is somebody back to you in 2 minutes. To develop a sense of urgency, get a reputation as a person who does things fast. Develop a reputation for speed and dependability, and your future will just open up in front of you. And if you will develop that habit of working fast with a sense of persuasion, act now, do it now, and do it now. In selling, generally somebody calls you up and has a question. Get back to them now. Somebody has a problem. Get back to them now. Somebody needs something. Move on it quickly. If you must forgo coffee breaks or lunch or something else, move fast. If you develop that reputation for speed, it will be worth a fortune for you. The fourth C is common sense. You can train your mind to have common sense. You can train your mind to think things through before acting. In my experience, action without thinking is the cause of every failure. And common sense comes from taking the time to think things through before you act. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is one of the best guide you possibly have. Learn from your setbacks. This one of the characteristics of high performing man and woman. It is that every single time they have a problem or difficulty, they sit back and they dissect it and they learn everything possible from it. They try to develop general principle from each setback. They say, what is the valuable lessons I can't learn? So look at everything that has happened to you. Look at the very most difficult experience that you are in right now. Ask yourself, what is the most valuable lessons you can learn from this experience? And believe me, if you look for the lesson, the Bible says that seek and you shall find. It doesn't say seek and occasionally you might find something. It seeks and you shall find. If you look for the valuable lessons or the seed of an equal or greater advantage or benefit in every difficulty, you will find it. The fifth C is creativity. Tap your creative potential and accept the fact that every single human being is a genius and that all successful men and women are creative. They are creative in that they respond to their world differently. They ask questions. They are curious. You know that The hallmark of creativity is curiosity. And I find that the smartest people of all are the ones who have the greatest education and the most experience, are the ones who ask most questions. They ask questions almost as if they were children, but they never stop. Asking question is very open and inflexible, and they have the ability, once they have learned new piece of information, to drop what they are doing it if the new information contradicts it and do something else. Do you know what most people do? Most people keep on doing what they are doing until they run into a wall. As they say, the more you do what you are doing, the more you will get of what you got. Remember, 80% of everything that we are doing today in our general business will be different 5 years from now. 80% of the products that we use, the food that we eat, the cars we drive, the music we listen to, the movies we go, and even the streets we drive on, 80% of everything will be new after 5 years from now. As to how rapidly things are changing, according to the research, all you need to do is an idea. The 10% new ideas will start a fortune. If you want to belong to this 10%, I tell you something. But if you want to be wealthy in life, if you wish to become a very wealthy, if you wish to become even a millionaire, you can do it if you are willing to pay the price. But most people become millionaire by offering goods or services that people use all the time. And they offer just a little bit better. They do it just a little bit faster. They put a little bit more grace or finesse into what they are doing. They handle, they wrap it, they are more polite. The restaurant that has people coming back to it may have food. This is only 5% different. But it is the way that the people handle it that's so different. You can do anything you want in life. All you do is find an idea that's 10% new, and you'll find it in you. Flood your mind, read magazines, read books, ask questions, and ask why people are doing things the way they do. The sixth C is consideration. Consideration is the quality of your relationship with other people, and more than anything else will determine your success in life and how well you get along with other human beings. Your quality of interaction will determine their happiness, success, achievement, wealth, and anything else. And that's very, very true. Develop the people skill that you need to be successful. Take courses in communication. Take courses in effective learning. Take courses in public speaking. You know, most of the important parts of communicating is to get along well with others is the size of your vocabulary. Here the vocabulary is very important while communicating. You have probably heard that before. The size of your vocabulary and your ability to express yourself orally, your ability to stand on your feet, your ability to write effectively, get your points across to others will have a tremendous impact on your life, because you cannot imagine a successful person who cannot communicate effectively with other people. The seventh C, consistency, which means dependable, steady and predictable. Work is always vastly superior to spurts or flashes of brilliance and genius. There is a lot of accumulation in the universe that I can pass this on, a lot of accumulation that says even though you do 100 things or 1,000 things that you don't see, eventually they accumulate and they gather a force of their own. That every single great accomplishment in your life is the result of thousands of minor accomplishments that nobody ever sees. But every single great success was at one time a failure, and they failed and failed and failed repeatedly. And all great successes are the story of failure. Failure and outstanding success. Failure have resulted in an outstanding success at a later stage. Let's go to the next C, that is commitment. The ability or the willingness to make a complete commitment to a job, a commitment to a relationship, or a commitment to a profession. To commit is one of the hardest things that human beings do. And yet, no success is possible without commitment. Emerson said that every great achievement is the trump of enthusiasm. It is the ability to commit yourself enthusiastically. Wholeheartedly, 100% to what you want to do is the starting point of all achievement. And if you cannot commit yourself wholeheartedly, it's probably means that it's not right for you, and that's all that all of us in the life seek something that we can commit ourselves to. Alan Cox, in the book The Achievers, found that the executives in the corporation that he studied achieved the very vast most in the shortest period. They have found the proper niche for themselves and had lost themselves in their work. Dr. Smiley Black Nick study of self-made millionaires. 83 of the 1,500 people became self-made millionaires over 20 years. He found that one quality they all had in common was that they picked the work and they loved it. They specialized in that work. They became very good at it, and they eventually paid very well for it, and then they held on to that money. The ninth C is the courage. Courage is the outstanding quality of all leaders. Courage means that you have the ability, you have the willingness to confront your fears. Because what I have found over the years is that brave people, courageous people are not people who are not afraid, or simply people who master their fears. These are simple people who face their fears and confront their fears. And Mark Twain said it many years ago. He said concerning fear, he said, do things you fear and the death of fear is certain. It becomes a habit to back away whenever you are afraid or unsure. If you are afraid and you force yourself to confront the fear, it becomes a habit to confront the fear whenever you find something that you are afraid of. You will find that most fears disappear when you confront them. Dare to go forward in your life. Dare to go forward in the direction of fulfilling your potential. The best technique for a karate player or a boxer in a fight is to always move forward. If you are only moving forward half an inch at a time, you are always moving forward. So when you are moving forward, 100% of your attention is forward. But if you are moving backward, even half an inch at a time, half of your attention is always behind you and where you are going. So always move forward. Always use that technique to go for whatever you have a choice. Either staying still and playing it safe or moving forward. Move forward not because you will necessarily succeed every time, because it reinforces and cements the habit of moving forward. And most people, when they have a choice of moving forward, playing it safe, play it safe. General MacArthur said, there is no security in life, only opportunity. Life is very perverse in a way, because the more we seek security, the less we have it. And the more we seek opportunity, and we will have security. In my experience, the fear of failure is the fear of making a mistake, of losing our money or time or effort. It is what paralyzes us and holds us back. But the fear of failure is a habit that can be counteracted by the habits of courage. You know, the best quality in the world that you can develop, the quality is to develop the quality of being unstoppable. You got the quality of being unstoppable, saying yourself that no matter what life throws at me, it will never stop me. No matter how rough it gets, I will never quit. Nothing will stop me. Make the decision, you can be tired, you can be worn out, but nothing is ever going to stop is a wonderful decision to make, because then no matter what the life throws at you, pick yourself up and say, okay, give it your best shot. The quality of being unstoppable is the basis of self-esteem. The last C, and not the least, is confidence. And confidence comes as a result. You don't get confidence out of a bottle. You don't get confidence out from a pill. You can't learn confidence in a motivational seminar. You only get confidence by doing certain things repeatedly. That builds a foundation within your mind that you can do. Self-doubt is a great paralyzer of all activity. We have self-doubt, and the way we overcome that self-doubt is by doing the things that we will normally back away from as we continue to move forward. Self-confidence begets great achievement. We cannot imagine a successful person lacking self-confidence. The wonderful thing is this: if you persist until you succeed at achieving a goal that is important to you, and you complete it like a school degree, or you wrap up a sale, or you make a career successful, you plug into your subconscious mind a success pattern. And then the subconscious mind, running based on inertia, attempts to adjust your words, actions and feeling to duplicate that success pattern. That's why they say nothing succeeds like success. That once you have been successful, you have a pattern set down that will enable you to apply that pattern to another part of your work to be successful in that. And the more you succeed, the more this pattern of success is reinforced. You will finally reach the point where you can't fail if you succeed enough time, because you will have within you a self-adjusting mechanism that will guarantee you success. Now let us wrap up this session, what we have learned so far. Briefly, I'll take you through all the 10 C's or 10 habits for success. The first C or first habit we talked about is clarity. Clarity in thinking, clarity in direction, and one should be decisive, and you should have clear vision for your life. You should be clear about your goal, and you should know what you are doing, what you want to be. The second C was is competence. Competence is the commitment to becoming excellent. Excellence is a journey and it's not a destination. Complacency and satisfaction are the key enemies of excellence. And hours or aid that you invest is an investment for your future. That's very important, very strong words over here. And the third C was concentration. Concentration on one thing at a time is a quality of our success. We cannot become multitasker. We have to work on the important thing, concentrate, focus and get it completed. And always develop a reputation for a speed and dependability. The fourth C was common sense. Common sense comes from taking the time to think through before you act. And of course, seek and you shall find. The fifth C was creativity. And we know that the hallmark of creativity is curiosity, and one should keep on asking like children's, and more you ask, the more you learn. And of course, the 10% of the new ideas will start a fortune. When we said this, I have given an example of a restaurant. A best restaurant and average restaurant difference will be maximum 5 to 10%. And this 10% change will make a fortune for the owner or the proprietor. Then the sixth C was consideration. Consideration is the quality of your relationship with other people. Quality of interaction will determine their happiness and success. Important part of communicating to get along well with others is the size of your vocabulary. For communication, your vocabulary should be good. Always work on to improve your vocabulary. Then the seventh C was consistency. Every single great accomplishment is the result of thousands of minor accomplishments. Small improvement has made the people successful. And all greats are the story of failures. Many successful people had many failures earlier. After their failures, they have learned from their mistakes, adopted the changes, and kept on improving. And the 8C was or is commitment. No success is possible without the commitment. One has to commit for excellence. One has to commit yourself for change or for improvement. And every great achievement is the trump of enthusiasm. 9C was courage. Dare to go forward in your life. I gave an example of a karate player or a boxer. There is no security in life, only the opportunity. If you are afraid of doing something, you will lose the opportunity. Opportunity you get or you take the opportunities, you will feel more secure. Fear of failure is habit that only can be counteracted by courage. Fear can be overcome by courage. Develop the quality of being unstoppable. Very strong word. And the last but not the least C, the last C is confidence. Get confidence by doing certain things repeatedly. Master that art, master the skill. Be the expert in your domain. Self-doubt is the great paralyzer of all activity. One should not have doubt in the self, and it will paralyze all your activity. It will stop you from success. Self-confidence begets great achievement. That is very important. Confidence will definitely get you more achievements, get you more successes. The more you succeed, the more the pattern of success is reinforced. Very strong word, and it is very important. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please share with your friend, subscribe to the channel, help me to push this video to maximum audience so that they can be also benefit. Thank you.